Kalimera, kalispera, kalinichta. No matter where in this wild, wacky, and sometimes wonderful world you might be, thank you for making the Highbury Squad part of your day. I wasn't planning on being here, but I had to. Let's rock and roll, squaddies.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
What's up, kids? Not much to talk about, huh? Welcome back live to Squad Central. I wasn't going to be here today. I had plans and I cancelled them. Cancelled. Done. Wasn't interested. I was watching the game and had to go somewhere immediately after. And luckily, I was able to cancel respectfully. It wasn't like a flaky cancellation. Call it what you want. So here I am, still in my pajama top and my Highbury Squad beanie. I was so incensed, and all of the WhatsApp exchanges I was having were further angering me. And then I had to take a deep breath and feed Vinny and Vesper and just calm down a little bit. Squaddies, at ease. Please do hit the like button, as our Chief Like Officer Tammy Steels says. Not feeling tip-top today either, so it's kind of worked out for me to stay home. Good afternoon, Carol. Great Guna. I'm not having that today, but I will accept your opinions. But I really want to talk about something specific on this post-game show. It's not going to be 2 hours. It's going to be honest. And as you guys know, I am not one who makes excuses for refereeing decisions. I always say no excuses, get on with it. But sometimes you can't excuse certain things. And we're going to get into that. Okay. Trevor, good morning to you. Matt and Kay, good evening to you. Hello and welcome to the show. Ian, Yasul Diganias, hissing a little. Jonathan, welcome to the show. Tiger and Guna, everyone who is in live chat, thank you for joining and making the Highbury Squad part of your day. Mohammed, what are we going to talk about here? Reese, welcome. I think we're all on the same page. One, despite that cheat of a ref. Galimera Michael Diganis, South Australia in the house. And me too. Don't usually blame the refs. I always tell the listeners and people that I exchange messages with on social, we still have to go out and play a game and win. And I'm saying right now, yo, Albert, welcome. Albert did the watch along on Lee and his channel, so go check that out as well. Yeah, I don't make any excuses. Don't worry, Gooners. I will get my team to investigate Oliver and Webb. I rarely lose my shit, says Matty K, but finally ready. Yeah, and me too. And you know what? Because I wasn't prepared to do a post-game show today, I just posted a shit ton of pictures. I didn't do the graphics, none of that. I just got shots and I put them up. And then the day started calmly with Miles LEWIS-SKELLY back in the team. And it was beautiful to see him and Waneri starting together in this team. And the only thing that was missing was Saka. Chemo FC, thanks for this picture. And, everything was chill. Declan with his hat backwards. We're ready to rock it up at Molineux and play Wolves, put in a good performance, hopefully, and walk away with the points. And so here's some pictures, and I'm just going to put them up. We're talking about the referee here. There's only one talking point. There's two for me, okay? Two for me. The first one is Michael Oliver needs to be investigated, and I don't say things like that. I know he's gone on jollies to the Middle East, courtesy of Manchester City. Dan did this absolutely superb video a few months ago where he went through piece by piece his red cards, and it is shocking. Guna Russ, our good friend Guna Russ, has been on this show and pointed out the disparity between referees up north and down south. Now, look, I am not a conspiracy theorist. I am not here to call out corruption or anything like that. I'm here to call out consistency, people. Consistency, okay? There is no consistency in modern day football. And that is what outrages Arsenal fans. You know, sometimes we don't behave very well ourselves, okay? We don't always get it right. And referees sometimes do a really good job. VAR does a good job. But every single week, there is a football club in the Premier League that gets totally and utterly screwed. And when you don't give red cards for strangling players and you make decisions that seem a little dubious, yeah, fans are going to ask questions. When you don't give red cards for kung fu kicking a player, but you give a red card for what Miles Lewis-Skelly did, and then the exact same type of tackle, but even worse, that Gomez, I think it was Gomez, had, gets a yellow, then a red. And then you have to hear the commentators say, VAR have checked that, and they give it the tick. This is what drives people absolutely crazy and mental. It's the inconsistency. And we can all talk about the rules and we can all talk about the handballs and the offsides, and fine. When it comes to challenges like this, it was inconsistent in the same game. It was evident. That was actually more of a straight red, the Wolves tackle, than Miles Lewis-Skelly tackle was. Are you telling me that was malicious and he had intent? He was tripping up the player in his own half. There was how many Arsenal players forward from the ball? It is without doubt one of the most ridiculous red cards. And when you see fans from, forget the fans that say it was a red card, that's just banter bullshit. When you see fans from other clubs saying how ridiculous it was, when you hear a BBC commentator having a conniption about how ridiculous it was, when you hear the commentators in the US talk about how that was totally unfair, I feel for Miles Lewis-Skelly. When you hear the pundits talk, I tell you something. If there are going to be people that come out, players defending that, Albert and I exchange messages on WhatsApp. You cannot defend that decision. That was utterly bullshit. And you know, the second thing I want to talk about is, despite the bullshit and despite the adversity, that for me was Arsenal's best result all season. And that team showed what everyone is questioning, what I have questioned about the passion, the belief, and where has that gone? The confidence. Martin Odegaard goes down ill, sent home. And you are facing, you know what? If we'd have lost that game or even drawn it 0-0 down to 10 men, the darts would be out. The media would be loving it. Arsenal are bottlers. Arsenal are chokers. No, we're not. We didn't choke today. We didn't bottle it today. We fought like men. And we played together as a team and we showed a spirit. And let me tell you something, people, this title race is not over. This team keeps crawling and fighting no matter what is thrown their way. It's like that scene from The Shawshank Redemption where Tim Robbins has to crawl through shit for his freedom to get to the other side. This team is crawling through utter shit this season, and they are getting to the other side and they're still in it. And today was, for me, like one of the best moments for Mikel Arteta as a manager, for these players as individuals, for these players as a collective. It was the best result of the season by far. Oof, take a breath. I don't want to hear about Kai Havertz missed chances. I don't want to hear about how we were pedestrian. Some games, okay, you get in the trenches, you put your suit on, you load whatever ammo you need, and you go fight. And Wolves wanted to make it dirty, and Michael Oliver made it easy for them to make it dirty. And you know what? In the end, we got tough, we got physical, we took the punches, and there were a few. There were so many dirty challenges, and we won like men. This is a seminal moment for this team for this season. I know some of you thought I was wacky when I said, you know what? In my Greek gut that is filled with souvlaki, that I fancy an Anfield 89 moment. They're not giving up. They proved that to you today. They are here to fight to the end. And fight they will. And that was absolutely brilliant today. Brilliant. Forget the style. Forget all of that. It was about the result, the manner in which we got the result, and the forces that were against us. And we absolutely rose to the occasion, and we got our best win of the season so far. Let me get some of your comments up. Shout out to David Raya. He was absolutely superb today. Another soldier that stepped up and defended the line. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Calafiori coming on, scoring the winning goal. Many of us, including myself, said if there's a semi-final or a final starting tomorrow, do you start Miles Lewis-Skelly or Calafiori? Most of us have been picking Miles Lewis-Skelly. Well, today, Miles Lewis-Skelly got done, and Calafiori was the next man up, and he came in, and he was absolutely flawless. Brilliant. And gets the goal. And that celebration that he does, that little skip, I've been waiting to see that since Manchester City, where he scored that absolute wonder goal. This is the Arsenal we love, right? And quality for quality. This is what we want, right? Player goes off, another player comes in. It's got to be even keeled. You can't be going from Saliba to Rob Holding. Today, we went from Miles Lewis-Skelly, which is one of the stories of the season that nobody was expecting, to Calafiori, a huge investment from the summer. He stepped up. He got the goal. Bosh, there's your ROI. It was unfortunate that Waneri was the sacrificial lamb, but that was the right decision by Mikel Arteta. He had to do something. We couldn't afford to lose this game. We were a man down. And then when things were evened out, I tell you something, we were a better team with 10 men. We played better with 10 men. We fought even harder with 10 men. And then when they went to 10 men, you know what? I had no doubt in my mind that we were going to win that game. I will say it, Hannah, and I will say it loud. Here we go. What's the ROI on Kai? 14 goals this season. Our top scorer continues to be an absolute warrior in games, fights, heads bleed. What do you want from this guy? What is it that you are expecting? Okay, he's not Haaland, he's not Kane, but he is what Mikel Arteta wants him to be. And on a day where the team came together, yes, he missed chances, but who scored the goal in the week? Who's our top scorer? Who continues to fight? Who brings the dark arts? Who's the physical guy up front? Who opens up spaces for the creativity when it does happen? Sure, he needs to be a better sharpshooter. There's no doubt about that. And of course, we need another striker. It can't all be on him. But don't kill him today. He does need help. And you know what? What kind of service is he getting? We keep on talking about slow pedestrian play, lack of creativity. And yet everyone wants Kai Havertz to be like, you know, Mr. Savior every single match. Doesn't have to be. When we get someone else, there'll be options. There'll be options for Mikel Arteta. Too much pressure is put on Kai Havertz's shoulders. And everyone keeps not everyone, a lot of people keep making him the scapegoat. Today, he is not the scapegoat. We won the game. And we won it facing major adversity. 65 million reasons why. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. He did miss 4 big chances. Yes, he did. But also Martinelli could have passed the ball sooner today, could have looked up more. There's a lot of things that could have happened in that game. Declan Rice's delivery. Do you want to talk about Declan Rice's delivery today from set pieces? They were really poor. But you're not going to kill Declan Rice, are you? No, you're going to go after Kai Havertz. Because it's always Kai's fault. He's the one to blame for everything. Last time I checked, football was a team sport. And you know what? We're doing the best with what we've got right now. And when it comes to scoring goals, he's the best in the team. He needs help. More goals from midfield, more goals from the flanks, just like last season. And that's not happening. But you want to come here and kill Kai. Let me get some of your other comments up, everyone. Let's see. That cross from Kieran Tierney, it's bound to pay dividends for us this season. He was good. He's good when he's come on, right? He really is. I think clinical finishing is what fans are expecting. And that is absolutely fair. And you could say that about a few players in the side as well. The only negativity today should be against Oliver and VAR. Stop the hate or find another team. Yes, Trossard was a baller tonight. He was a baller in midweekers day as well. Only man on the pitch that was horrendous was Michael Oliver. Yes, we stepped up. Absolutely. Trossard needs to practice his corners. They weren't great today. The delivery today was not. The defense was unbelievable. Gabriel, the captain, it was really, really superb. Really superb. Sophie, we should have scored 3 goals before the sending off. Yes, I know. I agree. We missed chances. But a game has many storylines, arcs, and threads. A narrative builds over 90 plus minutes. We missed our chances, but we also took the moment, right? And we fought like a team. And we made up for those missed chances. And sometimes the hero has to come from the one that you want, but you least expect. And seeing Calafiori be fit again, be in the team again, be on the subs bench again, let alone come on, have a brilliant game and score the winning goal. That's part of having a team. The only thing consistent with our refereeing is corruption and incompetence. Come on, you Gunners. Don't. Yeah. I mean, look, once again, I'm not the excuse girl. But today, I'm sorry, that decision was inexcusable. Few 3 points. Smash the like button. Thank you so much. Arteta made the right call with the subs too. What about that Bournemouth result? Holy crikey. 5-0? Yeah? Nottingham Forest, we've got to stay the course. We have to stay the course. Never give up. Keep going. Win your games. There's a couple of biggies coming up in February. We're going to get a 10-day break, which this team needs more than probably our nemesis down the street and us and other teams. Injuries have been horrific. That 10-day break for us when everyone's playing in the FA Cup, and you know I love the domestic cups, but this 10-day break that's going to come up, this team needs it. You recharge your batteries and you go again after that. You just stay the course. We can't control what Liverpool are doing. And maybe they'll slip up. Come on, today they were playing Ipswich. Ipswich got spanked by a bad Manchester City team 6-0. They've got some tough games coming up too. They're in all competitions. Stay the course. Keep believing. It's not over. It's still January. He's a workhorse. Don't you think our defense has been looking shaky? I thought our defense had been looking shaky around November, December time. I think that we have some issues, but I think the inconsistency too doesn't help. And that protection in midfield. Our midfield has been too interchangeable this season. And look, rotation's important, but injuries have also hurt us. And today we were playing with 10 men for a large portion of the game. But they adjusted, and I thought that they did well. I really do. Let's see. What else have we got? All our squaddies. Great win today, Matthew. Welcome. King Kai, says Kurt. We lose Skelly for 3 games, but we've got Calafiori, Tammy. And let's hope that Calafiori stays fit. But, you know, this is why he was bought by the club. And let's face it, Calafiori or Timber were going to be the starting guys on that side. Miles Lewis-Skelly is a gem of a story by default. I don't think Mikel Arteta had any intention of making him the starting left back this season, but he's been so brilliant that it's worked out that way. So we have Calafiori to step up. Did I say we have a champion's mentality? I'm not sure I said that. What I said was we're still in the title race. What title race? Liverpool going to need to implode no matter. That fuzzy wuzzy. You know what? That's your opinion. You are really getting very binary, Sophie. Sounds like you can only kill or 100% praise a play with nothing in between. What are you talking about? What utter garbage of a comment that is. What's the matter with you? I kill players on this show, or I only praise one player 100%. We just came out of what I believe to be our best victory this season. I am praising every single player and the manager. And I'm defending Kai Havertz because he deserves the defense. And he's coming into form again like he did this time last season. And he's our top goal scorer. What are you talking about? If you want to come on the show and debate me and tell me exactly what you mean, I'm not having it. Why is nobody talking about the elephant on the pitch? Sophie's pro-Arsenal, mate, and usually positive. Thank you. I try to be. And you know what? If you are a regular listener of this show, you know that I call it as I see it. I'm not a homer, all right? I'm not going to be vitriolic. I'm not going to be abusive. I'm not going to take the piss. I've done things and said things that I look back on as well that I've been made a fool of. And I'm so happy to be made a fool of and get it wrong. And there were times where I wanted Mikel Arteta to not be the manager of this club because I questioned if he had the ability to close. But what he's done for this club and where we're at right now compared to what we had, people really forget very quickly where we've come from. They forget about the Kolasinac and Mustafi days and Sanogo and Skilacci. They forget about how we got battered at top 6 teams. They forget about all of those things. We're a new team with a brand new culture, with a new DNA and a player profile that fans have been dreaming of. And of course, it would have been great to win the Premier League in the last 2 seasons. The first one was improbable. Last year, we should have won it. This year, we have faced a lot of adversity, but we've also played average football most of the time, but we're still in it. So if you want to go ahead and kill the team, you are more than welcome to do that. Take your gloves off, go at it. I have been very critical after the Aston Villa game. I have been exceptionally critical after the Manchester United getting knocked out of the FA Cup game. Today, I believe that we absolutely deserved to win. We were the better team. We overcame adversity in different facets of the match. David Raya made some great saves. The defense did a good job. The midfield tried to control the tempo as much as they could with 10 men. Kai Havertz missed chances. He did. Our deliveries, though, on set pieces weren't that great either. But somehow, collectively, we came together. And every single fan should be encouraged by what they saw today. Every single fan should be encouraged by seeing that this team still somehow, throughout all of the injuries, the bad decisions, the terrible performances, that they still can see light at the end of the tunnel and that they're going to fight to the very end. And that is all you can hope for in your team. I'm talking about you talking about people trying to kill Kai Havertz and say what he should have scored in certain situations. But that's a real conversation. It's a real conversation. You can say that he needed to score, but you have to kill him. And you said it yourself, people who kill Kai. The two can coexist, you know. Arteta in, Sophie out. Oh, funny. We beat Wolves and Michael Oliver with 10 men. People have short memories. We won the game after going down to 10 men. Absolutely no need for any negativity. Well said, Sophie. I agree with you. That was an important win, although I think Liverpool is much... I agree. They are. They're better than us this season. But sometimes the best team doesn't always win trophies. Sometimes you got to have a little luck. Sometimes things have to go your way. Sometimes you need referees to help you. See filed under Manchester United in the 90s. I am with you, Sophie. Our best performance of the season. Fans should celebrate, not berate the team. Winning despite referee bias. Sophie, you've always been objective. True, says our chief like officer. Hit that like button. Over 300 of you in live chat. Let's see. Defending Havertz, useless player. Are you kidding me? And look, I put your comment up. You have every right to your opinion. I disagree with you. Yama says, a lot of us don't believe he deserves praise like you're giving. That's the thing, Soph. And you know what? I respect that. That's your opinion. I'm not saying he's the best player. I'm not saying I would start him over, you know, having another central striker. I'm not. I'm just saying that he gives something to the team that Mikel Arteta wants and asks for. And sometimes as fans, we want something different. It's the same with Martinelli when he was getting killed earlier in the season. Fans expect Martinelli to be a certain player, to perform in a certain way. Martinelli is doing what Mikel Arteta wants him to do. Do we want him to be as defensive? No. But in this Mikel Arteta team, that's how he wants him to play. Martinelli's come into form in the last 3 or 4 matches. You know? Why are our fans going against our own club? You know what? Fans have every right to criticize and have an opinion, Aditya. They do. But they want me to kill Kai Havertz right now, some. They want me to berate him. They want me to rip him to shreds. And I'm not going to do that. I will critique him. After the Manchester United match, he deserved criticism, but did he deserve the other stuff that he got? What the F is that about? Come on, man. Did not perform well, probably his worst game. But today's not the day. It's just not the day for that. Let's see, what else have we got here? Jean-René, love Sophie. You're going to watch the City game. Yes, and I am too. I'm going to love you and leave you in just a second. Is there anything else you guys want to say? For me, the team gets high AFC Max. Always good to see you in the chat. Appreciate that. 90s English football was dreadful. Where are we going? Where are we going with this post-game show? Where are we going? Kai's missing Saka so much. If other players were contributing like Saka does, fans wouldn't be insulting Kai so much. Everybody misses Saka. Odegaard has been missing Saka. Saka was missing Odegaard when Odegaard wasn't in the team. Whoever plays on that right side misses Saka. No doubt about them. Load runner, Sophie, tell them I'm 100% with you about Kai. Wow, I'm loving the Arsenal spirit, says Tired Gunnosaurus. You must be exceptionally tired after that match. Tired Gunnosaurus. Starboy, Jesus, and captain out red cards, but was second in the league and doing well in Champions League. Well done, Laughing Man. Absolutely. Brilliant. And we're third, as Hannah says, in the Champions League. You said it too. Sending love, too many Chiefs. I hope you're not a Kansas City Chiefs fan because I hope they get their asses handed to them by the Bills tomorrow. Tiger and Guna says, hey, Sophie, I'm listening to you from Perth. Lovely part of Australia. Beautiful part of the world. Good evening to all of our Aussie listeners, and there are many, many of you. Okay, this is my last talking point. So first one, Michael Oliver, I'm not giving him any more breath. That was a garbage decision, all right? And you know what, guys? Go at it. If you want to go at someone today, go at the officials, all right? Go at it. Take the gloves off and do left foot, right hook, uppercut. Michael Oliver, the killjoy of football. Decisions. Look at this. And then he has the audacity to give the Wolves player a yellow card instead of a red card. How many times are we going to see this? Look at Declan's face right there. Unbelievable. Lewis-SKELLY surrounded by almost the entire Wolves team. You know what? He didn't win today. Michael Oliver strikes again, but lucky. You know, you have to have a little bit of luck. And there was nothing that red. If he hadn't have given the yellow card for that challenge, I think the entire Arsenal universe would have imploded. And I would have had a, you know, it may seem like I'm having a conniption right now, but I'm not. You know, clearly you haven't seen Greeks go wild. That was a terrible decision. And luckily, the Wolves player was a little stupid himself, right? And put in a challenge after, by the way, the fact that he should have already received a yellow card for kicking the ball away. Again, consistency, like I said at the top of the show. Be consistent and fans won't question you. And you know what else I'd like? I'd like us to start getting fines. Put pressure. Now, managers are very clever. When you've won, all right, and you're a manager with the pedigree of winning, you can say and get away with a lot. Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola. Mikel Arteta hasn't earned those critical stripes just yet. He hasn't. And after Newcastle, a lot of us feel that going in hard the way he did, and rightly so, may have put him under the spotlight and Arsenal under the spotlight. Liverpool, with the Coots situation, I'm not saying, but that put them under the microscope and spotlight in a different way, right? And every single fan base is going to have conspiracy theories. Every single fan base is going to have opinions, rights, wrongs, facts versus opinions. It's mostly opinions. But Mikel Arteta, I think, is it time to start getting some fines? I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame the players. Start writing checks. These guys are getting away with it. When are we going? Clubs need to band together and do something about this because everybody's been affected by it. It's not an Arsenal thing. It's a Premier League thing. And that's a problem. There's too much at stake. We live in an instant gratification world where success has to be now. Look, even as a fan base, we've got a lot of folks that are getting impatient if Mikel doesn't win this season. It's been a long time since we've won the league. Of course, we want to win. Look at teams fighting relegation. Hundreds of millions and millions of pounds it will cost you. There's too much at stake for these poor decisions to continue week in, week out, and nothing to be said about it. And when it is said, you get asinine responses and explanations from people like Dermot Gallagher and Howard Webb. Stop the madness. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Maya says, to say that was our best performance when Wolves were dog shit is a bit much, though. Okay. The guy everyone wants Arsenal to buy for 70 million, Cunha. Are you joking me? I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I've said it to Tom, Harry, Lee. I've said it to people in my WhatsApp groups. I've said it on this show. I asked our guests. I asked Elliot this week. If you missed our shows, we had Elliot from Arsenal Vision on. We had Andrew from Askblog. We had Lee Judges on, and Demian and Albert did our Arsenal Women's show as well. Great content. Go check it out. But 70 million? Sorry, no. I would rather wait than just bring in a body that's going to cost you way over the odds. He may be a good player, but I just don't see it. I really don't. He's not worth 70 million. Thanks for coming on, Sophie. You're welcome, Ian, always. I've pressed the like button. Thank you so much. Please do so. It helps the channel. We need Sesko if he's available. So that was our best performance of the season, considering the circumstances. I totally agree, AFC Max, and I said that at the top of the show, and I'm saying it, said it in the middle, and I'll say it again. It was our most important result, and it was our most gritty performance, and I felt it was our best performance in adversity. No doubt about that. But just to wrap up the Cunha thing, I don't see how he elevates the team. I said to Potsy on the show, I said, we can't keep doing this and this or this and this. We've got to go this, right? Find margins in football. You've got to bring in players now that are going to elevate you, that are going to cross the line, that are going to take progress to success. Cunha becomes, I think, another like-for-like player. I didn't think he shined today. He didn't put his team on his back. He had good moments. But to be an Arsenal player and expect this guy to take us to the promised land and elevate the team and win the league, I'm sorry, I don't see it. And that is a absolute rip-off for 70 million, even 60 million. That is a 30 to 40 million pound player at best. Seriously. Cunha is not a centre forward. He's a number 10. I don't care what he is. Yeah. We've talked about his positioning and where he plays and what he could bring to the team, what he's, all of that. It's gritty and they got on with it. Attack. Sophie, we're old school fans. There were several wins like this. 98, 2000. Exactly. Good points. Well made. Totally. These are the moments. This could be a result that you look back on and remember. No matter what happens this season, this result will always be indelible in my mind, because in a year where this team hasn't been the sexy football team that we've known over the last 2 seasons, we've had injuries, we've had decisions go against us, but we really haven't played well. All of our best players hit bad form at the same time. That can never happen in football, and it's been happening too consistently. Today was one of those results where you believe, because they showed that they believe. Right. I'm going to go watch the football. It was fantastic, by the way. Well done to everyone who went to the This Is London event at the Hippodrome. It was a real success. Congratulations to Dan. And a huge, huge thanks to Sam, who absolutely worked his arse off behind the scenes, and also Lawless for his help as well. I'll be doing more of those, so look out for more panels coming up. I produced this one. I wasn't on it. Sam was the super duper producer. He did a phenomenal job. Please hit the like button on the way out. And yes, we'll be doing more of those panels coming up in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day, especially at late notice, because I wasn't going to do the show, but I felt compelled to come on. Sometimes, there's a game that just ticks you off in certain ways. And in the end, we were able to overcome whatever was thrown at us. And I think that's important. And I respect your opinions. And I understand the frustration that you may have towards certain players. And you are always welcome to come here and talk about all of that. And as you see, I put as many comments as possible up as I can. But just today was not a day, in my opinion, to pick on players or kill the team, when I believe it was one of our best results of the season so far. And every single one of them deserves credit. Mikel deserves credit. That was a really tenacious performance. Love you guys too, no matter where in this wild, wacky and wonderful world you might be. Absolutely don't forget to tune in on Monday. 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock? I think it's 5 o'clock. is Clive Palmer from Arsenal Vision. We'll have Clive on Monday to talk about this game, to talk about the Arsenal going forward, to talk about the January transfer window. The Velvet Voice himself will be in studio on Monday. You're not going to want to miss that. Keep tabs on the community page. We also have Sami Mokbel from Daily Mail coming on Thursday. That'll be at 4 o'clock UK time. Sammy's never been on the show before. I've really been enjoying reading some of his work of late, and he's going to be a great guest who can come in, give us some insights into our club, and let us know his thoughts on Arsenal going forward for the rest of the season. So don't miss those shows next week. There'll be others that will pop in. We'll have the post-game show as well. If you missed the shows this week, please go check them out. Elliot from Arsenal Vision, Lee Judges. We have Andrew Arsblog and our Arsenal Women show. Give some love to our Arsenal women as well. And to all the new subscribers who took us over the 17,000 threshold, I want to say thank you to you. The journey has been long. We love our Squad Central community. We love that we're able to express ourselves. And we also love the fact that there's been so many people who have become friends across multiple continents and cultures. And to each and every one of you, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who has come on board. And we hope that you stay with us. We've got some really good archive shows as well, and lots of great guests coming forward too. So we got the win. Enjoy your weekend. All right. And never forget, don't forget to tell your loved ones you love them. Until next time, see you Monday with Clive Palmer, everyone. At ease, squaddies. At ease.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
Email is thehighburysquad@gmail.com, Harvey. There you go.